It's a new semester. Classes are about to start. Do you know what you're supposed to do? That's what we're going to talk about. Hi, I'm Dr. DuBose's. I'm going to be your teacher for College Composition 1 this semester. Welcome to the class. If you're new to UT, welcome to college life in general. I already sent out a brief trailer going over the basic approach to the class, but I wanted to give you something a little bit more in depth so you had an idea of how actually we're going to proceed. So, let's talk about that. But first, let's just come out and say it. We're going to be dealing with a whole lot of things that normal college students don't get to deal with. First off, we've got to address the COVID situation. We've all been in lockdown since March. If you're anything like me, you're going a little bit stir crazy. Pandemics can do that to you. We've had a whole lot of protests, both legitimate ones like the Black Lives Matter protests and the anti-police violence protests, and those that got a little bit out of hand. So there's a certain amount of stress that everybody's dealing with. If you pay attention to the outside world at all, you're going to have a whole lot of things on your mind. I know you have a lot on your mind, and there's going to be challenges to your attention span as we go through here. If you have any issues or worries, contact me. Talk to me. I'm here to support you. I want to help you as much as I can. I would prefer that you succeed. I can also direct you to any number of university resources that can help you. Now, let's go onward and talk about the class. First thing you need to know is that this class is listed as a remote class. And what that means is instead of meeting in person, we're going to do all of our work online, and we're going to use our university's Blackboard software. We're still going to be meeting on our scheduled times, and we're going to be able to do everything that we would have done normally. We're just going to be able to do it in a slightly safer environment. And this is probably the only time you'll take a class where you won't have to wear a mask for the semester. Fun, huh? Unless you're doing the work outside. Anyway, if you've never done an online class, don't worry about it too much. Information technology has lots of help for you. Information technology can get you discounted software and discounted hardware. Through information technology, you can get free access to Microsoft Office 365. And you also get some OneDrive space. And if you're one of the people who just want to have the real thing on your computer, through going through IT, I know you can get discounted student software. Last time I had to get it, Office 2019, I think it was only like $10. So there are real benefits for you there. We also have a list of tutorials on the UT Online webpage, which walk you through pretty much everything. Plus, the UT Online webpage, which would be standard UT address plus /DL. They also have a phone number you can talk to them. They have chat features. So there's plenty of opportunities to get help if you need it. And I'm going to put all of these relative links up on our Blackboard site. Next, let's talk about the book. We're going to be using 50 Essays, a Portable Anthology, 6th edition. Yes, it has to be the most current edition because they have added a few new articles and we're using it. The best thing about this is, well, there's a good range of writers. You're going to read Twain, Baldwin, Plato, a whole bunch of really good stuff. They put out new editions every so often, so it's pretty current in its choice of topics. The best thing, though, is this book is pretty cheap. Amazon has new copies for $25. The bookstore should have copies for either purchase or rent. So get the book as soon as humanly possible. I did put PDFs of the first couple readings up online, but you will be using this. So get yourself a copy. We're going to be using Blackboard for pretty much everything in this class. I keep copies of the syllabus, the assignment sheet, and a whole bunch of other important stuff on course documents area. There's links which provide you a lot of online resources links. First thing you're going to need to do actually is go onto course documents and get a copy of the syllabus and the assignment sheet. And I want you to be pretty much familiar with it by the time we start class. It's one of the reasons I'm sending out this video. You'll turn in all of your work through here. There's links and assignments and materials for that. And as far as communication, this semester we are going to be using the Remind app. Some of you might have used this in the past when going to high school or beyond. Remind gives you the opportunity to do two-way messaging, and you can use either your phone. There's an app on Google Play and on the App Store. You can go through the Remind webpage. You can get them to either text you or email you messages. It's pretty useful, and I think it's going to be a real benefit to us. And if you look on the syllabus, I explain in depth how you sign up for this. Finally, there's a link to Meeting Room. Whenever we have a scheduled class session, we are going to meet online through Blackboard Collaborate. You get there by clicking on Meeting Room, which takes you to a page which looks something like this. There will be a list of course sessions underneath. You will click on the session for the day, and we will all get together there. The way the normal class is going to operate is I'm going to start off with some announcements. I'll hit some current things. We'll do some activities, and then we're going to come back for some closing words. Because we're going to be using Blackboard so much, I wanted to make sure I gave you early access to everything. So as soon as you get the announcement for this video, you're going to be able to poke around Blackboard and look at pretty much everything. In terms of what we're going to be doing each of the sessions when we meet, you're going to go to the meeting room and go into the class session. I'm going to talk to you for a little bit, and then I'll give you a range of activities. Some of them will be group activities. There will be some videos. What I'm not going to do is lecture straight to you. A little head on your phone or computer screen is going to be boring. I can make videos a little bit more interesting than that. And working with each other is going to be very, very valuable. All the other stuff will be in assignments and materials. This is obviously where you're going to submit your assignments. If there are documents you need to read, they're going to be in there. I have it broken down by class session. Finally, it's going to contain links to the discussion board, which is where we'll hold, you guessed it, discussions. And we'll talk more about this in depth when we have our first meeting. So that's all probably enough to get you started. What I need you to do is between now and the first time we're scheduled to meet, I need you to poke around Blackboard. I need you to look at everything. I need you to find out where everything is. Download and read both the syllabus and the major assignment sheet. They're going to be in the first classes folder, and they're going to be in course documents. Save copies of these things. You're going to need them. It goes over details on pretty much everything else we're going to be doing. If you can get your textbook by the first class, that would be beautiful. When we meet on that first time, be in the meeting room on time. We're going to have that set up so you can get in there 15 minutes early. We'll start class. We'll go over in more detail exactly how we're going to proceed, and we'll start that big old journey through Comp 1.